my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Laura. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be testing out the new Light Illusion Foundation from Flower Beauty, so let's just go ahead and jump right on in. So as many of you may know, Flower Beauty is actually Drew Barrymore's drugstore makeup line that's available at Walmart and Ulta and places like that. So I purchased this foundation for $13.99 at Ulta. And before we begin, I wanted to kind of read a few of the claims on the website to just kind of see if they are true once we test this out. So it says Flower Beauty's Light Illusion Liquid Foundation is the perfect veil of buildable coverage. Okay, so it says buildable coverage. So right off the bat, that tells me that it's not going to be super full coverage when I go to apply it, just because it does claim that it's buildable. So I'm expecting this to probably be like a light to medium coverage. But it says Light Illusion is a breakthrough foundation that achieves the impossible. Okay. It provides you with the coverage you desire to smooth and perfect while imparting your skin with the most flattering soft luminosity imaginable. Well, alright. It says it comes in 12 perfecting shades, which, I mean, that's not that many, but I picked up the shade Ivory L2 just because I am very light right now. And so to test this out, I kind of want to see how this foundation will apply with a beauty blender and a brush. So with the left side of my face, I'm going to be going in with my beauty blender. And for the right side of my face, I'm going to be going in with my C439 from Crown Brush, which is my favorite foundation brush ever. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Before we start with the foundation, I'm going in with my usual primer. I usually just prime my skin with a Snow Pore Balm primer. I didn't want to use a super dewy primer today because I want to see how dewy this foundation really is on its own. So I'm just going in with something just to fill in my pores, my problem areas, or my pore balm areas. That joke is getting so old, I really need to stop. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm just going in with one pump on my beauty blender. I'm just going to dab this all over my face and then blend it in. I feel like I've gotten so much better at matching myself through the drugstore lately. I mean, that's one thing about drugstore foundations is you can't just take it off the shelf and swatch it, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. I only bought one shade in this, so yeah, with the blender, as I expected, it is a pretty medium coverage. I still see a little bit of redness. I don't have too much redness going on right now, but I see a little bit peeking through, which this is only one pump as well, but I mean, it covered everything pretty well. It evened out my skin tone. It is very dewy. It is very luminous. I don't see necessarily glitter or anything or any type of, I guess, sparkly sheen. It's very luminous. Wow, this is really pretty. If you are super full coverage, this might not be the foundation for you because, like I said, it is a medium coverage. It looks like it's not super light, but yeah, it does have about a medium coverage to it. So with the right side of my face, I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my brush. And again, I'm just going to go with one pump and dab it over my face like I did with the blender. And then just kind of rub it all in. Or blend it all in. I hate saying rubbing it all in. It just sounds so like, I don't know. For some reason, as I'm applying this with the brush, it doesn't look as luminous, if that makes sense. I don't know, which I don't like going in with a brush anyway on my skin just because I do have very dry skin, and when you go in with a brush, it just does, I guess it micro exfoliates your face some, and you know, takes up all the skin that's just, like I said, micro exfoliates it. So I hate going in with a brush. First of all, I mean, it is a lot quicker, but I usually tend to go in with a blender just because it gives you more coverage, I feel like, and it also covers and doesn't exfoliate or bring up any of the dry patches on your face. So yeah, I definitely like the way it applied with the blender better, just because it's a little more sheer with the brush as well, which is pretty much any foundation I put on, it's going to be more sheer with the brush, just like I said, because the blender packs it on more and makes it more full coverage. So yeah, I definitely like how it looks with the blender better. But both sides, I mean, it's a very pretty foundation, you know, no matter how you apply it, because even though it's not as much luminosity as the side with the blender, the side with the brush, it's still very glowing, very pretty. So I mean, I'm pretty impressed so far. I'm just going to go ahead with my blender again, and I'm going to take 2 pumps just because I like a lot of coverage right now. I don't know what's going on with me, but my skin has been acting crazy. So I'm just going to dab this all over and blend it in. Oh yeah, this side's looking a lot better already. Alright, we are looking dewy and luminous. Wow. And this is without setting spray or anything, and I have super dry skin right now, and this is making me look just so hydrated and so dewy. Wow, I am feeling it. Okay, I'm gonna take like a little pinch and bring it down my neck. When it comes to my neck, I do actually prefer a brush for this part of my foundation routine, because I just don't like dragging a sponge down my neck, and so I think just feathering in the pigment to my neck is just way better whenever I do it with a sponge, and then whenever I bring it into my hairline and stuff too. So that is just usually how I do things. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw on some concealer, and for today's concealer I'm just using the ColourPop No Filter and the Catrice Camouflage Concealer. I'm using both of them just because I really like the way these shades mix together and match under my eyes. So that's the reason I'm going in with two today. And to set my under, I'm just going to go with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use the shade Levitation. And to set the rest of my face, I'm sorry I'm using this, guys. I know it's expensive, but I'm going to set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. Like I said, I know it's expensive, but it's what I usually use to set my foundation. So, like I said, I really do want to see how this foundation lasts and covers by doing what I usually do with my foundations. So. Okay, so now that the foundation is applied and set, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, so now that the rest of my face is finished, I can tell that this foundation is very dewy. I did set the foundation with a little bit of setting spray. I used the Mario Badescu, I guess that's how you say his last name. But I did use this setting spray, and I think this does add a little bit of dewiness to the skin, but before I even set it, it was still very luminous. I added a little bit of highlighter here on my cheeks, but overall, my skin looks very hydrated. It does not look, I can't see, actually, yeah, my pores look great. Oh. Surprisingly, for once. I don't see a bunch of texture shining through. I don't see any redness once I finish the rest of my face. The powders or anything did not take this foundation up. So overall, I am very impressed with this. I think it is super dewy and super luminous, and I have other dewy foundations in my collections that I've set with the same setting spray, and I've set it the exact same way as I have this foundation. My skin still does not look this dewy, so yeah, it's like super dewy and super luminous, and so yeah, I am so impressed with this foundation. I think it's safe to say that this might be one of my new favorites. It's been about an hour since I applied it, since I actually filmed another tutorial on this eye look. So I've filmed that tutorial, and I've walked around my house some, so it has been, you know, a little while since I've applied the foundation, and I mean, it really has not moved yet. Of course, I haven't worn it all day yet, but I think it looks gorgeous. So overall, I think this is a great drugstore foundation. It has medium to full coverage depending on how you want to build it up. It makes my skin look healthy, dewy, and I think that you can wear this on makeup days where you don't want to be super full glam, or you can build it up to days where you do want to be super glamorous and have a full face. So yes, I definitely recommend this to my viewers, and I will go out and tell all my friends about this because I am loving this so far. So anyway, that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by and choosing to spend a few minutes with me today. You guys are awesome. And if you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future content. And please feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this foundation, if you've tried it, or what types of foundations that you're looking to try, because I would love to do more videos like this with foundation reviews, because foundation, I think, is one of my favorite steps in my beauty routine, just because it sets the canvas for the rest of the face. So yeah, so just let me know what you want to try, or if you've tried it. I'd love to hear from you guys. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. Mwah. Bye!